Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam. I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps, and I can't let no hoe to lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, and I ain't listening, is it fact if revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So I war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't be too baby, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trickin' on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't on who got the gun, it's on who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raise up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitch about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still about my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his gang, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So then you said that they put millions of my actions. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Crack in the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Ain't no remorse in my blood cell. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Just dish served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a
Hey, Shalom. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Jeremy Hunter. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian is God chosen people according to the Bible, meaning it's to 12 lost tribes. We're not affiliated with any Israelite group whatsoever, any Muslim group whatsoever, or Christian organization, man. We're the home of the truth. You know, today the topic is going to be gender roles. You know, we live in a day and age in society right now to where men feel like they can do what women do, women feel like they can do what men do, men feel like they could be feminine and act such like women, and women feel like they could be masculine and act such like men. It's to a point to where men only use and see women as a sexual game or sexual game. Let me say that for TikTok. Men look at women for just a physical game, and women look at men just for financial gain. And that's the thing what we have to realize is us as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we never subscribe, we never indulge, we never even invested in any of those doctrines or any of those the ideology, you know, of America. That was always of another nation. And the other nation is kind of evident, you know, that European women will tell their daughters, if you ain't married for love, married for financial gain. But we all know, and if you know the Bible, we already know that sex is marriage. And with that being said, a father in the Bible would hand his daughter over to a man that he feels is worthy enough, or put his brick in enough to be able to be with this girl. And this girl had enough respect and honor to her father to where she wouldn't just throw herself at any man without the consent of her father. And if the father's not there, of a I don't want to say overseer, but I'm gonna say overseer for the sake of that, for a brother or uncle, you know, a wise man, a strong man that actually overlooks her and guide her in her decisions. Even when it comes to us men, you know, we got all these rappers saying F a whore, you know, throw away, you know, pop that box, XYZ. We got a lot of us doing that, but that was never our culture. That was never our thing. You know, with the whole gender roles, we all had duties. If a man wasn't able to do certain things, whether he was sick, whether, you know, he was unalived and he was gone, whether he was at work, sisters picked up the slack, whether it was 50-50, 70-30, 30-70, 100%. because we know in Israel it comes to that point to where a sister or brother might lose their job, and now you got to do the whole 100% and then wait 3 weeks to a month and a half for that other spouse to get back on their feet to do whatever they got to do. But today in society is, if a man don't work, he don't eat. If a man ain't doing this, he can't do this. He got to be able to be 6'8", making 6 figures, doing this, doing that, have everything going for itself. But you failed to realize here in America, that doesn't work like that for niggas. Niggas who got that sell out. Niggas who got that is not in the school. Why? It's because the things of the world is what drive them to want to be better. You wouldn't see somebody as Carmelo Anthony, the basketball player, drop his riches and come in here. You wouldn't see Chris Brown drop his riches and come here. Kurt Franklin drop his riches, come here, and even vice versa. You wouldn't see Oprah dropping her riches, coming in here, investing in the school. You know, Carrie Hilson and Shakar Richard. You would not see them dropping their riches to come in here for the people. Those are the people that you idolize and you think they're more in your favor, when majority of us never even seen $100,000 a year. Majority of us never even seen $65,000 a year. And for us to subscribe to this whole what a man's supposed to do, what a woman's supposed to do, that is the thought of white society. This is what I mean. When Margaret Sanger and the whole women empowerment movement, European women fought so they don't have to stay at home, clean up, take care of kids, and lay on their back as a regular 9-to-5 job day in and day out. And sisters rode a coattail of that, thought that had something to do with them, and now they're the face of the abortion clinics. I don't need a man. And just like I told the brothers, a week or two ago, even though a white woman might say, I don't want to have kids or I don't need a man, they'll still respect the fact that they need a man to defend them because another man might try to harm them. But guess what? Guess what sisters say, The Rock? Oh, I got a 9 on me. I ain't worried about it. Oh, I got brothers. I know how to fight. But you don't understand how simple and stupid you look. Because if things was a crash right now in the city of Greenville, in the city of Opelika, Florida, or in Houston, Texas, or New York, Jersey, whatever, if things was to crash, those same sisters is not going to be the ones out here defending themselves from ravaging white men. They're not going to be the one out here doing it. But white women will sit their ass in the house and they'll be protected inside them 4 corners and the 4 walls. But only time gender roles matter is when you got young black men unaliving each other and we need a black man in the household. Only time gender roles matter is when, sisters have poor decision in choosing men. Only time gender roles matter is, when your stomach is empty and you don't know how to cook as a man. That's the only time gender roles matter. And it's disgusting because we take up the whole doctrine of America and we forget who we are. We forgot that we actually had we shared blood, sweat, and tears for each other for us to be here. We seen what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We didn't lose it because we were doing wrong. We lost it because we was doing right. But we didn't have the foundation of the Bible. So that being said, let me get Genesis 1:26. And whoever get to it, but all y'all gonna be doing some reading today. All right. Let me hear it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26. And it reads, and the Most High said, let us make man in our image.
So the Most High is saying, let us make man in our image. And it's not talking about flesh, like a lot of you Christians out here think. A lot of these TikTok believers think man in, image is, the way the Lord looks and the way the Lord acts, that's who we are. What it's speaking in is the righteousness. The so-called consciousness of how the Lord will act and how he will maneuver and operate. Go ahead.
After our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
So let us make these people in our righteousness and give them power give them dominion over the word, over the fowl, over the beast, over the whales. Go ahead.
And over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
So the Lord is giving power to a man and giving the righteousness to a man to operate and deal with all of this. So let's talk about today. Is it righteous to unalive all the buffalo?
No.
Is it righteous to unalive all the elephants for their tusks?
Sir.
Is it righteous to unalive people who's struggling just because of the simple fact that they black with gold teeth? So when it's saying the righteousness, because now if you want to speak on the righteousness and making it in God's image, you can't say this is God's image and then turn around and unalive all these people. God, the Lord is going to put somebody righteous in authority to manage and operate and have dominion over all of this. So that right there kills the whole Christian and woke mindset, because they completely forget about the image. And going back to the image, if you have a child and you raise your son and daughter the right way, and somebody you knew from back in the day, your aunt, your sister, your uncle, your cousin, your friend, whatever, they can look and be like, yeah, that's a Dom son right there. Look how he moved. He worked just like, he talked just like his dad. That is the image of Adam through his son. And when Adam raised his son like that and he give him authority and dominion over whatever that he giving him dominion over, that is how he raised his son in the righteousness in the image of who he is. Because you can have somebody come out right now with one arm. That's still an image of you. They just missing an arm. But the image is speaking on the righteousness and the acts that you instilled in that young soldier. And you gave him dominion. Is that all? That it on there?
All right. 27.
Yeah. Let me get 27.
Verse 27. Mm-hmm. So the Most High created man in his own image. Mm-hmm. In the image of the Most High created he him.
So you mean to tell me if the Most High created man in his own image, when has the Lord sent a plague down here unnecessarily to unalive all animals, all people, pollute the water, pollute the air, pollute the food? That ain't the image of the Lord. Because the Lord set everybody in their own land and gave us the land to eat off of. That's righteous. So what image are y'all talking about? What image are y'all talking about? Go ahead.
Male and female created he them.
So right now, this ain't even Adam and Eve yet. To go ahead and cut that doctrine about them being the first set of people. These people already been here before Adam and Eve. This is the first creation. This is the birth. Drop that. Let me get Genesis 2 and 7.
God will count. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. Mm-hmm. And it reads, and the Most High power formed man of the dust of the ground.
Now, this is regeneration. The regeneration is now the Lord has a man out of all the men that he had and men and women he had here. Now he is forming a man. Go ahead.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
So what are y'all talking about? So now we go from the image of somebody taking care of the land, and then now is he breathed the breath of life in a man. You see where I'm going with it? Because if he's righteous and he's running the land, he's operating the land, and now he's giving him the breath of life. Who knows what the breath of life is? Anybody? Just raise your hand.
Like wisdom, knowledge.
Okay.
I was gonna say knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
There we go. So now he's giving him the breath of life of the things to do and the things to do not do. That's what it is. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And the Most High power planted a garden eastward in Eden.
Hold on. Did you get to the dust yet? Or that did?
That was beginning.
All right. Start from right there again. Salaki, I completely overlooked that.
This book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 7. And the Most High power formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul.
So again, now he's a living soul. He was already good tilling the land, dealing with the land, taking order. But now the Lord is actually giving him something that he needs. He's a living soul now. He's just not walking free. Because again, you got a lot of people out here in the world that mean good. We're not going to say all Christians is bad. Their mind is messed up. But you got some that actually mean good. They go to work, take care of their kids, love their only wife, their husband, whatever. They ain't sleeping around. You got some that actually mean good. But now, when they actually get the breath of life, like the Isupk giving you the breath of life, now it turns you into who you're supposed to be. Now you're alive. Now you have the tree of knowledge. Well, I don't want to say that too soon. But go ahead.
Verse 8. And the Most High power planted a garden eastward in Eden,
Mhm.
And there he put the man whom he had formed.
Mhm.
And out of the ground made the Most High Power to grow every tree that is pleasant to the
Mhm.
sight and good for food.
Mhm.
The tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to the water, and a river went out of Eden to water the garden.
Mhm.
And from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of the land, and the gold of that land is good. There is bdellium and the onyx stone, and the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia.
Mhm.
And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. Verse 15.
So all these four rivers, no, you good. These four rivers is just basically right there in the Fertile Crescent. This is right here in the Garden of Eden. These four major rivers. Go ahead.
God. And the Most High Power took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden
Mhm.
to dress it and to keep it. And the Most High Power commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it, for in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die.
Mm.
Verse 18, and the Most High Power said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I'll make him an help meet for him. Verse 19, and out of the ground the Most High Power formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them. And whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field.
Now, I'm glad we're right here. Let's pause real quick. So now I know everybody wondering, well, when he first made him, he gave him dominion over him, but he never give him a name. But now it's the rebirth, and the Lord actually chose somebody out of this, let me say generation. Now this person is actually going through the process of naming, which is Adam. So now this is where all the names and stuff coming from. Go ahead.
But for Adam, there was not found help meet for him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21, and the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Now again, hold it out, because I know last week. Do anybody know the deep sleep that the Lord put on Adam?
Is it like a meditation maybe or something?
No. Go ahead. Come on. Everybody could participate in here. So what is the deep sleep? Yeah, man, we'll read a little more. We'll finish his line just to see.
And the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam.
Mm-hmm.
And he slept, and he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
So if the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall on Adam and he slept, what is that deep sleep? Just take a shot. Anybody on here, take a shot. Online, on TikTok, anybody take a shot. If you ain't sleep, you what?
If you're not sleeping, that means you're awake.
Okay. So Adam was, let's see how to say it. Adam was indoctrinated from the things in the world. So in the midst of him dealing with and doing whatever he had to do in the garden, the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall on him. In the midst of him having a deep sleep fall on him, read from that part, that portion right before. Go ahead.
Was it like a unawareness? Like he was like
Philosophy. That's the word I'm looking for. Philosophies. He was asleep in these philosophies. Because do mind, he didn't get the law yet. Or matter of fact, I think no, he did get the law of don't touch the tree of good and evil. So if you ain't sleep, you what? Let me finish. Go ahead.
I was gonna say woke, because kind of like how we look at people in the world, like we say they're asleep, but when you're in the truth, they say, oh, he's woke now.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Sleep
So-
hasn't didn't know the truth yet.
Right. So now finish from if he sleep.
Count. And the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which the Most High Power had taken from man made he a woman.
So if the Lord already made man and woman, how does the woman come out of the rib? And take a shot. So this is going to be a thinking class. Everybody online, take a shot. This is thinking class today. All right. Give me 2 Samuel 5:1. What people have to understand is this breakdown saying that taken from his rib is just the closest thing to him, which is in his nation. So it's just like blood of my blood, bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. One double time, we got we ain't got the phones in here. We using the book now. We gotta know where they at.
It's kind of like women were made. Eve was made from his from the image of his like indoctrination. Is that kind of
no? Eve already was here. It just when they say took it from his rib, that rib. That's why I'm about to get this precept right here so you can get a better understanding. Double time, 2 Samuel 5:1. So hold that and don't read it just yet. Read it one more time, Madonna.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 21. And the Most High Power caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. Verse 22. And the rib which the Most High Power had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man. And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones.
This is my what?
Bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
Flesh of my what?
Flesh of my flesh.
So right now, go ahead, read that verse 1.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 5, verse 1. Then came all the tribes of Israel.
Of what?
Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
So if it's bone in thy flesh, what does that mean after reading what he just said?
Becoming one?
No. Read it from the top again.
Then came all the tribes of Israel
all
to
the
David.
Tribes of Israel unto David. The tribes of Israel. We all kin up here, right? Go ahead.
Then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron, and spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh.
Now go back to you. Well, what did Adam say? This is my what?
Bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh.
So when he was asleep, her coming out the rib is not out of his body. It's coming out. If you want to use a technical term, it's coming out the body of that nation. She was already there, just not for him at that time. So that's the bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. She is the closest thing to him.
Now I got a question on
just
on verse 22.
Go ahead.
Obviously, we needed a breakdown, which what we're doing, but now looking back, it should have been self-explanatory when it says, and brought her unto the man. That's why it's like it said brought her unto the man, which means she would have already had to be here to be brought to him.
Right. So is that it? That's it?
Oh, no.
Matter of fact, keep reading.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman because she was taken out of man. Verse 24, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
So this is now starting to get to the point of the class about gender roles. Once you get from under the, you lead a nest as a man from mom and pops. Yeah, you can get counsel and wisdom from your pops, but and your mom, but your mom is not your girlfriend. Your mom has no power over your house, over your wife, or anything. So this is like even with baby boy, there's no reason why your mama need to be checking your woman. there ain't no reason why your woman need to be back and forth with your mom, because you ain't got nothing to do with moms and pops no more once you get married. And even vice versa. Once you left, once your pops hand you off to this man, yeah, you can call for wisdom and understanding, but there should be no reason why your dad is coming up trying to check your husband for anything. Especially if if he gave you up to him, he trusts something. Right or wrong. Because we ain't gonna just turn our daughter over to no crip, no blood, no drug lord or whatever. We ain't gonna do that. So anything happen after that, and she come to us, who made the wrong decision, her or the father?
Her.
The father, because he turned his daughter over to him, and now when she come back saying this and that, it was a dad problem because he ain't do his job right. Go ahead, I'll keep reading.
And verse 25, and they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
So if they were naked, if they were naked and the man and his wife were not ashamed, what is naked? Think spiritual. Don't think with the vessel.
Uncovered, like unprotected.
No, they were naked.
Like seeing their soul or spirit.
I see where you trying to come on. Give me some more.
Like, seeing them for who they are, like spiritually knowing if they're gonna do right or wrong, or
Come
their
on.
intentions.
Come on, you almost come on, man. Come on.
And their soul, like who they are, if they have faith and things like that.
All right, so and they both were naked, meaning they had a form of shame. Like that's all it is. Like a form of shame would be what?
So could I say like exposure maybe?
I mean, it's right there, but the form of shame would be, for example, back then in the 60s, you couldn't be a part of the alphabet community and everybody know you actually showing that you are living alternative lifestyle. So what it is, they were naked because they had some form of shame. But now today, you can walk out the door right now and see somebody, a man that wear a trans, he transit, yeah, because there's no shame. So at this point, when you're naked, you got some shame. But now when you're not naked, you don't give a damn. There's no shame in it. So now when it's going back to Adam and Eve, they were naked because they had shame. They were pure. They wasn't exposed to being in the alphabet community or drugs or this and that. They had some form of shame. And bringing it back to today, now men don't have shame. Women don't have shame. Men hate women. Women hate men today. They want to do what the other one doing, and they get upset on behalf of why there are gender roles and why, what's that word they like to use? Why men could do this and women can't do it? What's that word? Somebody just yell it out. What's the word?
Feminist?
No. It's a word they use.
Double standard?
Double standard. Now they want to battle about double standard when men have a role, women have a role. Period.
Now, I was just going to say, like, the irony in that is, like, women have a problem with certain stuff. Like, for instance, a brother being able to have more than one wife because a sister came.
Right.
And the irony in that is, how you going to demand equality, but you deep down desire superiority? Because they want a man taller, stronger, faster, smarter, more money and all that.
Right.
They basically want the man overall better than you.
Right.
So how can you demand equality, but you seek superiority from a guy?
Exactly.
So,
and that is the problem with gender role. Because we even know, like, and let's go past our mom and pops. We know just so shallow as grandmama and granddaddy. Granddaddy, he gonna say he's slim to none, but grandmama knew her duty, and granddaddy knew his duty too. And that just being young, you seen that they had certain things, and grandma had a certain shame. Like back then, parents did not argue in front of children.
Right.
And if somebody in here, raise your hand. But what they do nowadays, they in the goddamn street fighting in front of a 2-3-year-old baby. They fighting in the street in front of their mother. Men are fighting in front of back then men didn't even fight in front of women or in front of their old lady. They naked. They had some form of shame. They had some form of respect. But now today is like niggas is hitting women. I mean, yeah, niggas is hitting women and vice versa. No shame. They clothe at this point. So when it goes back to people saying, oh, they were naked and they ain't had no, oh, well, why would God send people out here naked and make it seem like there ain't nothing wrong with it? He's a corruptible God. Because I think listen, it's something wrong with being naked, but you don't have the breakdown of what the nakedness is talking about in the Bible. It's speaking about being shameful. Simple. What you got to say? Oh, what's up, Bobby? I see you with your hand up.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think it was like World War One.
Mhm.
Ever since that war, and all the men was gone, and the women started to step up and like run all the jobs. Like it seemed like it never, like once they got that little taste of what that power felt like and that independence was like, it never went back.
And that's the thing. It wasn't all women. All women were still working from out of slavery to Reconstruction, all the way up until this time to Martin Luther King, up until today. Women still work. And the thing is, and I can admit to it, but I'm not saying admit to it like I judge sisters. Sisters actually deserve Section 8 without being judged. They deserve food stamp stuff without being judged. Why? It's because the whole time they were working, these women were sitting on their ass. And now since these women go to work, why we ain't never judged them for sitting on their ass at home, but we judging sisters who actually had to goddamn go out here and work still to the day. Sisters, all reality, they deserve it. We just look down on it because of the child support aspect of the sitting around just collecting money. You goddamn right, they should, nigga. We should collect money because our parents had to pave the way for them. We should be able to sit home while you go to war and defend America. We already done what we were supposed to do, because if we didn't, you wouldn't have a military, American military. So that's the whole purpose of gender roles. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, it's funny because like you were saying that the men want to be women and the women want to be men, and it's like it's making us look at as people in overall, because it's like you even got women that want to be in the military when that's a man's thing, and you got men who, want to stay home and clean stuff,
right,
and it's like until we come back to the laws and the statutes and commandments, we're gonna go through stuff.
No, and you're right, and that's crazy to say military for. I'll proceed. Name one sister, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, that said they going into the military to fight for the country. If you could name one right now, I'll give you $20. Name one Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian sister said they go into the military to fight for this country.
No. I was gonna say I've never heard that. However, because I was in the military. I just got out 8 months ago.
Now
They only talk about benefits. That's it.
Now on the flip side, name how many Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men that went to the military to get a Charger, to get a Challenger, to get some bread. Now, hold on. Now on the flip side, how many YT women went to the military and said they going for benefits? How many said they going for the military to fight for their country? None of them. Why they go? To compete with they men. But how many YT men that went to the military for money? None of them. How many went for the fight for their country? All of them. Now you see where the gender roles is at. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, now that you say that, every video I've seen of YT women as like drill sergeants and stuff like that, their voice, if you was just listening, you didn't look at the video, you would think it was a man. Like the way how masculine their voice sounds, like it's almost disgusting. Like how bad they want to be a man, compete with the male, gender.
Right, real quick, let me get to the brother. Hey, money on. Actually, we got a school, and we got like 1,000 schools in Texas. We got one in Houston, we got one in San Antonio, we got one in Dallas, we got one in Killings, we got one in which one? Port Arthur, and there's one more. There's one more I know they're trying to build. They're building up right now. Hold on, Houston. Anyways, we got one in Houston. We definitely got one in Houston. But no, you're right. You're definitely right. You are definitely right. Because the gender roles only matter. Let me see. Gender roles only matter when the YT women start speaking about gender roles. The YT men don't give a damn about no gender role. He don't even like his. Why you think he doing what he doing with children and animals? He don't even give a damn about his. But then when it starts speaking on us, it has to be a gender role. And then when it's gender role, it got to be a double standard. When will sisters and brothers realize I can't do what you do, you can't do what I do? I'm more superior than you in certain areas, and vice versa. And I tell sisters, I tell brothers too, bro, we got to stop dealing with sisters like they stupid kids. Sisters is some badass sisters out here, smart as hell. I'm talking about bad. I want to say the MF word. It's sisters out here really like it. They good, but that's because they good at what they're supposed to do. A sister can't come defend for this country, or our people, or be wise in the way that the Lord blessed men to be wise. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men at that. So that's where we got to bridge that gap. Stop thinking you can compete with her, and she need to stop thinking she could compete with you. That's why we ain't together. That's why you got so many sisters on TikTok right now saying, "Oh, men, there ain't no real black leaders out here." No, it is. You got NBA YoungBoy out here. You got Kodak. You got Floyd Mayweather. You got Steve Harvey, and look what type of daughter he raised. Steve Harvey could tell you everything about how to have a woman and let her do what she's supposed to do. But guess what? His daughter a whore. Those are all the great leaders, black leaders that we want. Why? It's because it's what you want. It ain't what we needed. And now when we need something, now you want to talk about what we need. No, the leaders that you wanted is the leaders that you needed. If you get what I'm going with this. That's the gender role that we got to put down and actually pick up and respect the fact that your leaders are not in the church. Real leaders are not in the church. Real leaders does not have money. Christ was poor, living in the hood, house to house. This nigga was a carpenter. You got brothers out here who are welders, who got degrees behind the wall right now, who look just like Christ, but do not have these benefits that America gives. And you say men ain't this and men ain't that because of this and that reason, and it all amounts down to a dollar bill. Go ahead. Who had their hand up? Yeah, that's it. All right. So keep it rolling one more time, Don, because we about to go into chapter 3. Give me Darakia, give me Ezekiel 30, 37, and 6. Now we about to really get into this gender roles, because everybody think, oh well, the Bible says this, the Bible said it. Gender roles been back all the way since Genesis. No. You keep that Genesis 3 and let the next brother read that. But we all about to be in here today. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Oh, but Money, if you still on here, let me know where it's at. Now I got you, Money, straight up, man. Like, we be rapping every now and then on TikTok, when we can, or we cross paths. But I'm glad you actually, you tuned in, bro. I be in the Sunk in the Cut. Yeah, man, I got you. Sunk in the Cut. I see the information too. In your chat too. Houston, the number, the captain you got to get hold to, or whatever the case may be, or whatever city you closest to. I give you that brother that's running that. You know what I'm saying? You get in contact with. But so let me get. All right, start with. Finish off of chapter 2 and 25, then go into 3.
Book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
Going into chapter 3.
All right, so they both was naked, and they were not ashamed, meaning they were pure. They was doing exactly what they were supposed to do. He had his job, she had her job. There was no confusion. You the man, you the woman, whether it's cook, clean, and shut the fuck up, or you go out there and grind that shit out and goddamn be righteous. That's a solid line. Now going to chapter 3.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it reads, Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Most High Power had made.
So let me slow it down. So now when it say the serpent was the most subtle beast, the Lord always spoke on nations of people as reference to beasts. There's so many things he used to speak. Like he'll call a sheep. Is a time where he called a certain nation, well, I believe a leopard, a bear. So it's different time that the Lord will say beast, but the Lord is saying the serpent was the most subtle, meaning slick, scheming, conniving type. And this is how you know the Bible is actually based around black people. Because if you don't trust somebody, what would you call them?
I call them a liar.
No, stay on. No, I mean, no, that's still good because no, that's still good because that's what the serpent do. But if a nigga is he's slick, what would we call him in the world? He's a snake. Why people don't call the next person a snake or a serpent? That's lingo that black people use. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead. So if he is a snake and he's subtle, that means hey, he real slick. You know, he'll backdoor you like a lot of these sets and these MCs and stuff like that. Even the church, they snaking the people saying, just pray on it, but pay me your tithes. But you know this woman lights is getting turned off. But that's what a snake will do, is saying, pray on it, give me your tithe, instead of saying, sister, I'm gonna go help you out with your lights. Oh, your brother got locked up because he was selling drugs, trying to make ends meet. You know what? We gonna help him out while he locked up. But pay your tithes first and put a prayer out for him. That's what a snake does. But this snake right here is not, it is a physical man, but more spirit is a spirit that a man taking up. Because anybody can be a snake. But you got to look at who is the snake of the world. Go ahead, Al, what you got?
And you're saying like serpent as like let's say a preacher, oh man, if you're gonna go to heaven, you get all this, donate all this money and stuff, and you're saying like that's snaking, conniving, and that's why you said slick.
Yeah, just think of the physical of a snake of today. You got snakes like in the condos. You go to the Congo, you go to Amazon or Brazil, whatever. You got those snakes. They ain't typical snakes that just sit in the trees and wait on land for their prey. A lot of them snakes will get in the water like a gator and wait on it for hours. You got a lot of snakes that stay in the trees waiting on you. You got a lot of snakes that will go after you, and then you got some that won't. Some will defend, especially like vipers. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Water moccasins, diamondback. Some of them they use venom. So they got different ways of scheming, even with they scale. They got different ways to be able to do whatever they got to do to be able to eat when they prey. So of course, a subtile meaning you're slick, just like a snake. It ain't a physical snake, because nigga, how many snakes you got? East Indians over there still to this day interacting with snakes, but how many of them talk to them? Who talks to a snake? You barely could talk to a damn parrot. You could teach a parrot how to talk with you, but they can't have a simple conversation. A monkey can't have a simple conversation. Wait.
So basically, like, just so retarded that we thought in the Christian church it was a literal snake. Like, it's just the church teaches you that is a literal snake. Right. And guess what? Everybody who goes to that church, whether it's AME, Baptist, whatever, all of them, they all simple and stupid, and they all believe the same thing. Even if they don't teach one other thing, all y'all believe the same thing. Simple. If you don't believe in no God, you still believe the same thing Christians believe. Why? It's because they don't even follow their God. They don't even believe the God in their Bible. It's no different. No goddamn different, man. Go ahead. Go back to the now the serpent. Book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Most High Power had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. Now go back and say, he said to the woman. And he said unto the woman,
put him on child support.
Yea.
No. Go again.
And he said unto the woman,
put him on child support.
And he said unto the woman,
you don't need a man.
And he said unto the woman,
just go ahead and get your OnlyFans.
And he said unto the woman,
baby, you can eat, you can have that crab boy.
And he said unto the woman,
you can smoke a little, you can smoke. Excuse me. Yeah, I gotta speak in code. They sit here about to clip. They about to clip me. Go ahead.
And he said unto the woman,
yeah, you can do all these things. Go ahead.
Yea, hath the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent. So the serpent is saying, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. And he said to the woman, yeah, so the serpent is saying, oh, so your God said you can't do this, you can't do that. That's what your God told you? Go ahead, finish. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die.
So the serpent having a conversation, just like the man who has the spirit of the serpent of today, saying, go ahead, do all these things that I list. You know, we love TikTok. I love TikTok. But yeah, the serpent is saying all these things that I just listed to this woman. And this woman is saying, just basically saying, I can't do this because I'll unalive. Meaning, you know what I'm trying to say is TikTok. I'll unalive. It is not physical, it's the spiritual. That's why when you have a lot of people who are depressed, you can see somebody matter of fact, perfect person, Adrian Broner, full-time championship boxer. Brother had it going on. He heavy in the spirit of boxing. Then all of a sudden, he want to start hanging with rappers who ain't doing what he doing, who ain't trying to keep that career of being physical in the gym all day. Solid mind, solid foundation, like how Floyd never smoked and drink. He had that type of coach and leader. But then he strayed away and he get around with the Migos and Rich the Kid and all of them. And now he doing the things that they doing. And when he unalive, his spirit left him. And now we look at him today. The brother, he has a cry, his spirit crying out for help to get off that alcohol. But he's still fighting for the simple fact that he got that brother that's right beside him is making it hard for him. But now he in the gym trying to get that spirit back. So now when Eve is telling the serpent, we will surely be unalive, is you will surely lose your spirit. You'll surely have some form of shame. At this point, you ain't going to be naked no more because you'll be exposed to everything that you was not supposed to do. Just like you high. You go to work and they say, dang, bro, you lit, ain't you? That is you having no shame. But if you was naked, you wouldn't smoke. You probably wouldn't even came to work because you would have had shame of people knowing that you're high. But now since you're high and everybody know, now you ain't got no shame. That's what she's speaking on. That's what Adrian Broner is going through right now. Do mind I use the male, but you can still insert it the way it needs to be. Go ahead.
And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open.
So now he's saying you shall surely not unalive. So now even going back to, I can't remember what time period. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong on line. The 60 to the 80 to where, you can get these government benefits. You can do this. You can do that. But it better not be no man in that house. And the serpent's going to tell that woman, don't have that man in the house. When he has his role and you have your role. And your role was to follow the steps of him and follow his wisdom. Your role was to be here for him, not for him. And sisters today are here for that man with the spirit of the serpent, the same one that's giving them benefits and lying to them, the same one that's holding up these churches and lying to them, the same one that's putting these sisters half dressed on the internet and lying to them. Now those sisters and them people are unalive in spirit. And now you got no man in the household. Read that portion again.
God, for the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as powers, knowing good and evil.
So now, as this woman is no longer listening to her Lord, meaning her husband, her man, whatever women call their man nowadays, out of respect. Now he telling her, well, if you do this, you ain't got to worry about it. That's why sisters nowadays, I don't need a man. You can get this and I don't need no man. You hear the things they say, men ain't this, men ain't that. I'm doing by myself. I'm going to school, this and that. But you still got a wet pillow at night because you listen to the man with the spirit of the serpent. That man who adopted the spirit of the serpent lives today. That's why you indoctrinated behind all these religions and all this self-thought and all this consciousness. But all reality, now I hate to say it, you're stupid. You're unwise, you're stupid, and you're foolish. Because that's what's caused division for the next generation. That's what makes young boys not know how to choose a woman for the next generation, because he see his mother. Women don't know how to be women for the next generation because she see her mother. Her mother listens to them out there in the world, not to her man in the house. And again, let me clear this up. I'm not saying listen to a man. If he a fool, goddamn fool, he a fool. Don't go out here and do no dumb behind stuff because he said go sell yourself or do. Keep your dignity and your integrity. But I'm speaking in the Bible, you should listen to your man if he's making righteous decisions. If he's telling you something right. If he's going to a man above him or a wiser man saying, would this be right? Would this be wrong? What you got out?
And that's because the man is the head.
Exactly. Speaking of that, The Rock, give me 1 Corinthians 11:3. That brother in the spirit. That brother in double time, Bob. That brother in the spirit. Go ahead. No. We in 1 Corinthians 11:3. Hey, shalom, y'all. First Corinthians 11:3, y'all. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. These phones go down right now. We at camp. You know what I'm saying? These phones crash right now. We gotta know how to get to that page. 11:3. We gotta know how to get to that page.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. And it reads, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
The head of every man is Christ. That's who he answers to. That's who he follows. And if he's anything righteous and he trying to follow a man who's better than him and he wants to be better, that's who you need to listen to. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And it is the man, not equal. And it sounds bad to women in the world, but I'm speaking for sisters because we straight up so far away from who we is, we don't even know if the Bible is true or not. Well, we know, but the world doesn't even know if the Bible is true or not. And for any woman, man who actually follow Christ, and I mean to a T, Old Testament, New Testament, Apocryphal, and he getting counsel on what scriptures mean, want to be better and be like Christ, and be like a real God that we say we is. Hold on real quick. I gotta close the thing. Yeah. And be like, hold on. They did that little puzzle thing. And be like a real God, like the Bible say we is. You'll follow a man who desires to be like Christ, who is actually after the heart of the Lord. Not some man who skipped the Sabbath day, sit at the table, and then sit down and read a goddamn scripture all day. Because when Christ was on that plank, Christ and his disciples went on a plank of wood, they went out there and jeopardized their life. Not sit in the house and tell his wife and kids what to do all day and read goddamn precepts. That's not going to change the world. Because your house ain't safe until the world is safe. And this is what I mean. It will always be an influence in the world. If you don't change the world, that influence in the world is always going to be on your kid. And when you do look at the scripture, raise a child in the way that they should go, as long as you making sure the world's straight, your kid's going to be straight. But if you ain't trying to make sure the world's straight, when you unalive and gone, your kid's got the world to look to. Go ahead, finish that.
And the head of Christ is the Most High.
And the head of Christ is the Most High. See, that's the ranking order. That right there is ranking order. Go back to Genesis.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3 and verse 5. For the Most High do know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be his powers, knowing good and evil.
So now, let me ask anybody online. Just because you indulge in something and you know something, does that make it good?
Sir.
Why?
Because you could be exposed to something bad that you never knew before. Had you not known it, you'd have never been addicted to it. Like, to not get detailed, let's say like 11, 12,
no, get 13. Detailed, because you're right. I'm listening to you.
So like 11, 12, and 13 years old, like I remember when I had young cousins that knew certain explicit content that I'd never even thought of. Then it's like, I remember being 12, where it's like, now I know about it. And then here, fast forward to my 20s, now it's an issue.
Right.
Let's just say that.
Right. No, and that's completely right. Because knowledge is power, but everything you don't need to know.
Right.
I mean, of course, you can know about the Bible, you can know about, you could be an archaeologist, you could be anything. But Just because you know all this information don't mean you have to go and contract a venereal disease. Because now you know about the venereal disease, what the hell is you going to do now? That's of good and evil. Hold on, I got you out. That's good. That's of good and evil. Yeah, you can know, but just know you're going to know the evil too. What you got?
So it's like it's like a saying, like they say, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
And you're saying like you could know too much to where it's a detriment to you because you're trying to do something that you shouldn't have been even doing in the first place.
Right, and that goes with fake Israelites. They believe in the Bible, the Apocrypha, the Watches, the Jashers, the Book of Lilith, the Book of Jubilees, Enoch, all that information in what have you done and what are you changing? You got all these books, but you still forget about Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourself together. Just one scripture. You forgot about one scripture. You got all these books, but you ain't following one scripture. You got all this knowledge of false books, but how is it good? That's the evil part of the truth.
God.
Go ahead, keep going.
Oh God. Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise.
So what is the tree? Somebody. Because if the woman is seeing that the tree is good, what's the tree? Go ahead.
It would be the nations that the Most High is not dealing with.
Man. Like how women today, our sisters, and I hate it, they go to Dubai to get defecated on for $50,000. They eat shrimp, crab, and lobster like they Asian, and now we got heart disease, gout, high blood pressure. We do all this, and we think it's good, but how is it good when that is something that was given us not to do? Like black on black crime? What is that good? Is that good or what? That's good or evil?
Evil. Because
the scripture clearly say, love thy brother as thyself. But now we got a bunch of spinning the block, old block, down there in the boot in Louisiana, New York, hell, down in Spartanburg, Florida, and old block. We got all the Cali. I mean, the DR, I mean, we could talk about this from here to the end of time. We got beef everywhere in our hood. And we got beef, not they beef. We got beef for no reason. Because the violence that we gather up is from this nation of people. And that's that evil. When we should be able to come together and talk to each other, male or female. Go ahead, Doc.
She took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her.
So now she took from the fruit and she did eat. It could be, dealing with narcotics, whatever they was doing. It could be threesomes or whatever they was doing. But she went and listened to this serpent that said it's okay, and then brought it to her husband. Go ahead.
And he did eat, and the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. Now, and they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
Now hold that real quick. Young man, give me Ezekiel 31:3. So I know a lot of people say the tree don't mean that. So we're going to see what Ezekiel said in the New Testament about what the tree actually is. Because everybody think is it just a magical tree or something you eat off of, or tree, whatever. I don't know what y'all thinking nowadays. There's so much new stuff coming out. But we're going to talk about it. Read verse 3.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 31, verse 3. Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon.
A cedar is nothing but a tree in Lebanon. A cedar is a tree. Go ahead.
With fair branches and with a shadowing shroud.
Meaning strong branches. Strong branch. And shadowing shroud is just, they so massive. Go ahead.
And of an high stature.
Meaning they're in royalty. They got high power, like how Trump and Floyd Mayweather, they got high stature. Floyd Mayweather 5'5", 5'6", but he got a high stature, meaning he had power. He got authority. He's somebody to look up to. Go ahead.
And his top was among the thick boughs.
Meaning his branches. Go ahead.
The waters made him great. The deep set him up on high with her rivers running around about his plants, and sent out her little rivers.
What's precept you want? What verse?
Verse 4.
Go to 5.
All right. Therefore, his height was exalted above all the trees of the field.
So if is this man's height is exalted among all the trees, it's obviously speaking on a man in his nation. His nation has a particular something. Is that in the verse 5?
No, it's not.
Go ahead.
And his boughs were multiplied, and his branches became long because of the multitude of waters.
So now he just becoming stronger. His nation is growing bigger. Go, keep going.
When he shot forth, all the fowls of heaven made their nest in his boughs.
So these are all the people that's in righteous authority, people running the world. Go ahead. Because now, do mind, people would think this tree, these fowls are just going to a tree when it's talking about a man. It's talking about people that's in power, dealing with him. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it should be common sense because we don't see walking trees, you know.
Thank you. Go ahead. What verse you on?
Verse 6.
All right.
And under his branches did all the beasts of the field.
All under his branches, what?
All the beasts of the field bring forth their young.
So this is a tree, and these beasts, like I said prior, the Lord has a way of talking about us. And he did what? Bring forth what?
Bring forth their young.
And bring forth their children up under this nation. Go ahead.
And under his shadow dwelt all great nations.
So now up under this tree is a bunch of multitude, different people, riches, whatever is up under this cedar in Lebanon. They're up under his tree. Go ahead, go to verse 8.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 31, verse 8. The cedars in the garden of God could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of God was like him, who was like unto him in his beauty.
Okay, now go back. Keep reading. So now we got the gist of the actual tree. Do mind, we still trucking right now on general roads. I'm just showing y'all right now. Go ahead.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 8. And they heard the voice of the Most High Power walking in the garden in the cool of the day.
So the cool of the day is just a chill day. There ain't nothing really going on, you know, just chill. Everybody chilling. Go ahead.
And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Most High Power amongst the trees of the garden. And the Most High Power called unto Adam and said,
Hold on. Go back to the figs, because I know you said, go back to verse 7 real quick.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig.
So now their eyes is open, and they knew that they were naked. Now, as they woke, because do mind, Adam was asleep over them. Adam didn't know nothing. He was asleep, away from all that. But now he woke, and he know what's going on. Now he's like, God damn, I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm drunk, whatever. And what right before fig leaf, keep on.
And they knew that they were naked.
And now they shameful because now they know where they screwed up at. Because now it's a new feeling, just like people who smoke. They're always chasing the high. They're always trying to get that first high, always. And then they level up on the next thing. They level up, chasing the same. And now they know it's like, I have a problem. I'm in AAA, I have a problem. Go ahead.
And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons.
So those fig leaves is just representing that they are trying to hide up under the guise of another nation. As of, it ain't that, man, it's just a little bit of smoke. It ain't that bad. They're trying to hide why they done it and why it's not that bad. So they using the excuse of what they say, just like today, they say, man, we is a plan. You smoke. Yeah, the East Indians do that. That don't mean you could do it. The Chinese eat octopus. That don't mean you could do it. Or them serpents sleep with animals. That don't mean you could do it. Now you get with the fig leaf. Now they're trying to hide behind what these other nations do when the Lord said, your ass don't do it. It's just like being a father. A father and a mother, you tell your kids to come here, or I don't want you hanging with them, and they come in the house all drunk. Or you getting calls 1, 2 at night. Hey, we got your son, we got your daughter. Why? It's because your ass wasn't home at 7:30, 8 o'clock. Now you trying to give you the excuse on why you're in trouble behind what your friends do. Your friends is the tree, and now their excuse is the fig leaves. You're trying to hide behind what they do when you told them not to do it. What's up?
So it's like you're saying, like, stick with your nation, don't, go outside of your nation and things like that.
Do what your people are supposed to do. There ain't nothing more, nothing less. Whatever the Lord tell this brother right here, I got to do exactly what this brother do. Anything the Lord tell him, you got to do, because the Lord don't deal with us individually. Go ahead.
Verse 8, Genesis 3, verse 8. And they heard the voice of the Most High Power walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Most High Power amongst the trees of the garden.
So now they supposed to be doing work, but now they ain't even doing it what they were supposed to be doing. They out here really showing their ass. They out here up in other all up in their mix, doing whatever the hell they doing. You see what they say about what's that passport, bro? Cats going to Brazil, and even though Brazilian women are people, but they going over there for different reasons. That's why they leave America. You see them going to Thailand and Korea and the Philippines, and they're hiding up under these other nations. They not here doing what they supposed to be doing in the school. Go ahead.
And Adam and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Most High Power amongst the trees of the garden. And the Most High Power called unto Adam and said unto him, Where art thou? Verse 10. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, Who told thee that thou was naked?
Now think, and I don't want to say let me figure out a better way, because I don't want to get, for the sake of internet. We all had that one thing that our parents never taught us, and then being so innocent as a child or being young, you say it, and your grandmama or your mom and pop say, well, where you learn that at? Or who told you that? Y'all ever came in one of those instances?
Oh, yeah.
And that right there is what the Lord's saying, like, how you know about that? Because the other nations told him that. The Father told him not to go over here. And that rolls back again to general role is, here in society, we got things as men we should not do. Me and the brother were talking earlier, when we stop liking whores, women stop being whores. But as long as we indulge in it, we following after Eve of what the serpent told Eve. And now we got to sit here and talk to the Lord and wonder why women ain't worth a damn. And women got to look at men why they ain't worth a damn. You know why? It's because men follow after you. And you know why? Because we following after them. We glorify what he is telling them instead of us telling her what the hell she need to do. Stop being scared to call her a bitch. Simple. Stop being scared of calling her a hoe if she acting like that. Stop being scared of saying, shut your goddamn mouth. You're wrong. Even with sisters. Stop being scared of telling that girl, I can't say the things. Stop being scared of telling them. Because as long as we're not saying nothing, we're always listening to what the serpent is telling her. That's why we're up under. That's why black men, Hispanic, and Native Indian men are up under our sisters in this nation. How many of the brothers? How many brothers we just lost in a matter of months? Y'all probably say 3 when we lost 6. Only one of them doing 35 years. That's how many brothers we lost. If we had real leadership out here, we won't be losing those brothers. Now the Isupk got to go out here and stand in front of these crying mothers and fathers on behalf of how we lost brothers. What you got up? You got your hand up.
And that's why you saying you got to.
The rock.
I was gonna say, I feel like the homosexuality in America, like,
do you feel like that?
Contribute. You said what?
Do you feel like that?
What you mean?
Because feeling is not guaranteed.
I said I feel.
You said I feel like.
Should say it is. I mean, because I don't know. I'm giving it to you to correct or what.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Yeah, but I feel like homosexuality in America and like the what do you call it, the alphabet community. I feel like that contributes to the confusion of like gender roles even more than it already is as well. Because you got men wanting to be women, women wanting to be men, and then unfortunately some of our sisters kind of like condone that behavior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got kids watching this and they seeing this and they growing up, and so that's growing up, and that's your perception of what a man does. You see a man acting like a woman, and you grow up thinking that's normal. You going, like, when you have kids, you're gonna tell your kids, you're gonna give them that time. You're gonna say, hey, whoever you love, that BS.
Right. Love who you want to love.
Yeah, love who you want to love. I still love you and stuff like that, and it just like contributes to the confusion down with generations.
No, and you're 100% right. It's because, again, like we're saying, instead of us denying our flesh and disregarding the wickedness that our sister's being taught, we go chase after what she said and chase after what he's telling her, thinking is game. But even back to what you were saying, she will listen to him before she listen to her own flesh, but she'll listen to her that's a stud. You get what I mean? She'll listen to a stud, and they both listening to them. Why? It's because you can love who you want to love for one, and then turn around. Oh, you can get whatever gain you want out of this. But as long as you ain't listen to him, that's what it is. And he got to be able to stand and say, that's wrong. That's stupid. You know what I mean? Like, make yourself perfect. Make yourself that fine gold. And if you ain't going to be fine gold, you're going to continue to approving and accepting this garbage over here. And it starts with our pastor. It starts with our father. There's a lot of ain't worth for damn men out here. They rather they daughter be that way instead of him teaching her how to find the right man. Why? It's because he's garbage. That's why. He rather dog women and accept them to run back over there and listen to him because he ain't got no responsibility. But then want his princess to be this way instead of getting ran through by men. That just like him. Eventually, we got to come to the point where we can't point the blame at him. Just blame him for our downfalls and why we fail in his society. But when you learn the Bible, it's all on you. We got the outline. You hear people all day say, black people need to come together. We need to come together like Mexicans. That's all we need to know. Even if you don't know the Bible, you know we need to come together. That's all we need to know. Until we got to pick up the Bible. Keep reading.
John, Genesis chapter 3, verse 11. And he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat?
So who told you that this is what's going on when I said do not go over here and do that? Who told you that? Because obviously you learned it from somewhere, but if you went over there and ate off that tree, that's the only way you knew about it. The only way. You think sisters would have knew about women's right and women empowerment movement if they didn't intertwine with them? You think they would know what the benefits of that if they never even got involved in that? You think Adrian Broner would have knew the benefits of being, a superstar boxer? Excuse me. You think he would have knew what would have happened if he turned into a drug addict if he never went over there, or alcoholic if he never went over there? Why?
Because if he never went over there.
It's simple. It's simple. Stay in the book.
Oh, no.
It's simple.
Had he done what he already knew was right in the first place, he would have never.
And if he stayed at
his routine of like working out, taking care of himself.
If he stayed at his tree.
That's like his tree.
If he stayed at his tree. Keep on.
Count. Verse 12. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. And the Most High Power.
So since the woman done it and bring it to you, that means it's okay to do it. That means it's okay to do it. Because I know a lot of brothers, even brothers that come into the school, they don't even fully come in. They leave because they woman say she gonna leave or put him on child support or whatever. And guess what? Now his hair shedding. Nigga in and out of jail. You know, he's so worried and caught up in what she doing and not being around the kid. Your kid already seeing all these men anyways. You on child support even when you left the school. So why don't you just stay where you're supposed to stay at?
Oh God.
If she want the benefits, it don't matter what the hell. If she want the benefit, whether you in the school, out the school, doing right or wrong, she want the benefit. Why you just don't avoid and disregard the garbage she's spewing out and just do what's right? Men know. A lot of men don't believe in the Bible, but they'll say if a man don't work, he won't eat. They won't quote the Bible, but you think men really making all this money to go buy cars and stuff? You think Floyd got all that money to buy cars when he got 8 women sitting in the kitchen right now? Somebody.
A lot.
Come on. Men don't make all that money to just buy whatever they want. They want to be some. First is money, then is the power. You get the power, then you get the bitch.
Come.
Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the Most High Power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Verse 14.
So the serpent, this man that possessed the spirit of this serpent, swindled her, lied to her. We need strong men in our community. Men need to start doing this again. Men need to take care of their kids. You know, well, I thought if I could get this Section 8, I could still have him, but you wind up, you can't have him in the house. Well, if I could just have another man who can get my nails and stuff done, and another man just so I could sleep with, and then I have my man who stays here, I'll be all right. That serpent told Eve that. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And the Most High Power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle.
So when we go to camp, and sisters, don't think the ISUPK go in these corners and tell this YT man what we tell him because we angry. We tell him the truth. Read it again.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And it reads, and the Most High Power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle.
So you got to understand, just because he got power here, all this colonization he done from the beginning of the time, from Israel to Australia to certain parts of Europe to Argentina to Hawaii, just because he got power over all that, don't think he righteous. He only got strength for a small portion of time. Small portion. Go ahead.
And above every beast of the field, upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
Now understand, just because he's up that high, he still is down low. If y'all ever caught the class, I think it was General Muhammad, Commander General Hanna said they're sore winners, meaning they have everything that you could think of, but they still hate your black ass because they don't have what you have. That is that low space that they're always going to be on their stomach, their belly. They hate you. You are hated, and you have nothing compared to them. But you got everything they need. Why? It's because you're rich in spirit. Go ahead.
Come. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Verse 15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
So now, for all the sisters and brothers who want to know why y'all always beefing, this is for the women who think they know the breakdowns on TikTok. The Lord said the reason why he's putting that between is that beef between y'all is because your disobedience and his ability to not have strength to follow your stupid ass. That's all it is. He lacked wisdom and followed you being a big dummy, and he completely lost all his peace in his household. Now he got to deal with enmity every goddamn day he wake up in the morning. Every time he get off work, he got to hear your mouth. Every time he get off where he drinking and he put his fist upside your damn head. That is the immunity that the Lord put between man and woman. That more specific, black people, but it happens nationwide, worldwide. Go ahead.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire.
And that is why women, more so majority of women, some women say they don't go through that pain, but I believe that's a lie. That's why a lot of women go through that pain and that trauma when they're giving birth, is because your ability to not shut your goddamn mouth and just listen to your man, not somebody who may be smarter than your man, but your man. Just give him the outlet and give him the ability to go talk to him and keep it clean and righteous and in order. But the ability for you to not possess is to listen to your man. Now y'all got beef forever, and now your wound hurts. It hurts when you give birth. That's why y'all take them little shots and shit. That's them shots and stuff when y'all giving birth. I forgot what it's called. I can't remember what it is. Go ahead. Matter of fact, hold that real quick. Give me Ecclesiastes 4:21 double time, somebody. The Rock. I mean, Adon, you say where you at. No, stay where you at. We got two other readers.
In the Apocrypha.
Apocrypha, yeah. Ecclesiasticus. But yeah, man, while they looking for that, man, we the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the 12 lost tribes according to the Bible and the true biblical truth. We ain't affiliated with any other Israelite group, any Muslim mosque, any Christian organization whatsoever, man. We the home of the truth. We got biblical proof, archaeology, we got historical proof. I mean, so much proof that we can prove that who we are according to the Bible. Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 4, verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin.
So, all right. So I did miss this precept, but just to jog everybody up, there is a shame that what?
Bringeth sin.
That brings sin. So it's a certain shame that you'll do that brings sin. And that's the sin, that's the shame that the Lord put in front of you when you go against what he's saying. Because it is one thing if you don't believe in the Bible, but if your parent gives you something to do or not do, and you get caught up in it, you got to shame that you didn't do what they said. So if you want to classify it, I say disobedient. I ain't say sin according to that's their disobedience. That's your disobedience toward your parent. So now that's a shame. And with the shame, the consequences may be restricted off of going outside, your cell phone, laptop, not being able to go out with the girls or the guys on the weekend. So that's the shame. The shame is getting caught up in not doing dishes and being disobedient. So now the consequences is your parents restricting you or disciplining you, however. And or it could be somebody in the world disciplining you or putting you at restriction. But that's it. So we got any more on that?
Verse 21. And there is a shame which is glory and grace, except no person against thy soul.
All right, you can drop that. Now go back to what you were doing now.
God. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children.
So this is, like I said, this is the effect of when Adam followed after his wife. He was being unwise and being a weak nigga versus, being a weak nigga to what his wife said. Because that's what men actually do today. They scared to lose. They scared of what they might lose. They scared they might not get no tail. So what they do is agree and just be a yes man to her. And guess what? Women do not respect a yes ma'am, yes sir type of nigga. Women want somebody who's gonna goddamn stand up in it and be rebellious and go against it. That's why they say good guys don't finish last. Good guys don't. Good guys is debaters. The ones that always queen. and goddess. Those are beta niggas. Women don't respect that. I'm just being real. Women don't respect that. Because sometimes you gonna have to tell a bitch to shut her goddamn mouth. That's just mandatory. It gotta be done. It has to be done. And when you don't do it, you follow after that Eve, and she listened to the serpent. That man that got the spirit of the serpent. And now after all of that, the amenity that's going on between you and her is that beef. It's because now since you listening to her and he's causing conflict in your household, now y'all got to be morning, noon, and night. And now she has to deal with birthing a baby, having them pains and stuff. Go ahead, keep on.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
And now, because Eve didn't want to listen, when she could have just been a helpmeet, Eve could have just been a simple helpmeet, doing her duties, being pretty, whatever. But now she got to have that desire after her man. Meaning, I need a man. But the serpent say, oh, you don't need a man. But now the Lord saying, I'm going to put you in a position where you need a man. Today, sisters need men. We need our women, but sisters need men today. They need them. Every other month, they got another man. They got 3-4 different dealers. You know what I'm saying? And 3 or 4 of them they giving box to get extra green on. Now the Lord is putting that beef between his household, making your childbirth painful, and now you are going to desire that man. Because guess what? If you ain't desire that man, you wouldn't need no child support. Men need to take care of their kids, and if they don't want to, I'm gonna put them on child support. That's that serpent telling. But again, if you did not need that man, you would not need that child support. You wouldn't.
Right, that's right.
Keep going.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree.
Because because you listened to your wife, and you went out here and done what I told you not to do. What?
And have eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return.
So, when the Lord did bring him from the dust, right? Put the breath of life in him. He made him a righteous at what? The regeneration. And now guess what? Putting Adam right down back in the low state. It's just what's up? Let me finish this and I'll let you know. So that's how it is. It's just like you come into school and the Lord finds you a wife. He gave you a good thing, a beautiful thing. And do mind, we love our sisters. We love our sisters to goddamn death. We'll give everything we got to as long as it's righteous. But it's just like you come into school and you get blessed with a beautiful wife, and then you turn around, listen to her because of what her worldly friends say or the oppressors say, and then you turn around and follow after it. Guess what? You're gonna leave the school. You're gonna turn around and be a drug addict all over again. Relapse on alcohol. Going back out here, going back out here and dealing and being stuck in pornography and strippers. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go back out here and you're gonna contract something that you would not have contract if you would have just been righteous and stayed in here off the breath of life. And the breath of life is this Bible. And when you stray away thinking you know more than what the Lord knows, or men above that really know the truth, you go back to being the same coward that you once was, that your father once was, the ones that you was actually around. And now Adam was brought back down to the dust, to a low state. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Verse 21. Unto Adam also and to his wife did the Most High Power make coats of skins and clothe them. Verse 22. And the Most High Power said, behold, the man is become as one of us to know good and evil. And now least he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. Therefore, the Most High Power sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to the ground from whence he was taken.
Drop that. Y'all give me Proverbs 3:31. So that just to have a little gist of gender roles. This precept is very heavy and very critical because this is what really puts the division between us. But if we come together, it could put a division between us and them.
Right.
And you cannot envy the oppressor because the oppressor benefits off your failure. And you fail off your benefits. Because you think your benefits in this world is actually benefits when you're actually failing. Just like a generation before us, they always told women, go to school, get your master's, get your doctorate, get all this and that. And then they in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and they wonder why they got all these credentials. They got all this stuff and wonder why men hate them. Men don't want to be around them. And just like even with men, a generation before us say, get all the women you will get. Man, I used to knock them down, sleep with them, this and that. And we wonder why we got 9 kids and none of our sons want to be around us. Our sons hate us. Because we weren't able to be men enough to have an understanding of how to be men. And now we run from the fact that we have to be a man for them, but they hate us. Now he don't know how to be a man. And it becomes a residual cycle. But the oppressor could do it. Because at one time, college was their thing. We was out in the field doing trades, plumbing, concrete, welding, whatever. But it came to a point where they realized this is where the real money at. And they lied and said, y'all go here and do this. This is what you need to be able to gain. Get some material gain out the world. But now, as we living here now, a lot of us can't get into college and or don't have enough money to pay off college. But guess what? You got one of these little oppressive white boys come out of Clemson, and he could run the whole construction field, and he don't even know nothing about construction. But you got a Mexican over here know how to build a house by the end of the week, getting paid nickels and bottle caps. That's what they took from us. But now we thinking this is the people that we got to be when the scriptures say, envy thou not the oppressor. Read it.
Comes the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Mm-hmm. And it reads, envy thou not the oppressor, mm-hmm, and choose none of his ways.
Don't worry about what they're doing and don't try to do what they're doing. And out of everything I say, I'm not saying don't try to get an education or better yourself or get a little more money. But don't make these riches in this world something that you desire and you got to give your life for and give the integrity of your nation, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Don't think this is what you got to do when it's not, because the Lord say, envy thou not the oppressor. Because I heard a lot of documentary to where these I'm talking about young YT kids like 20, 21, 22. And they saying, well, my dad owned a peanut butter company, Jiffy Peanut Butter Company. My dad owned Lay's. He owned this and owned that, but I never see him. These people barely see their kids. They get up 3, 4 in the morning and go to work at 5, get back home, everybody sleep and do it again. They barely see. They might see their dad 3 times a month, and he stays in the house with them. That's not what, I don't know what the hell it is. But that's what they do. But the job is not our main goal. Our main goal and our job is to build the nation up, because the only way we'll be able to have that is if we all on the same page. But if we all can't be on the same page, if we all not righteous and we all gaining from different trees, not gaining, collecting from different trees.
Then I had a precept to match the.
Pull it up.
All right, it's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Mm-hmm. And it reads, thus saith the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen, mm-hmm, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Learn not the way of the heathen. And don't be dismayed by what's in the sky. Just like these Greek mythologies and what's that? What's some constellations and stuff. Man, don't be dismayed. That don't mean nothing. That ain't gonna help us. Go ahead. For the heathen are dismayed at them. And the heathen look at that and thinking that that's what it is, when we were just paying attention to weather, using it as a compass. But they see an eclipse or red moon or a shooting star, they think it means something. It might mean something in their nation, but it don't mean nothing to us, because a shooting star is not going to get you off of cigarettes. The eclipse is not going to stop
them boys from spinning the block tomorrow night. You know, zodiac signs is not going to stop them cats over there in O Block from unaliving each other. The heathen think that's what it is. That does not work for Israel. Nigga, we don't even give a damn about what got pork in it. You mean to tell me you worry about shooting star? Go ahead. Go back to that precept.
Jeremiah?
No, that was, I think, Proverbs. I was at Proverbs.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Envy thou not the oppressor,
Mm-hmm.
and choose none of his ways.
Don't envy the men that oppresses you and choose none of his ways. He was the mafia and a drug lord and an unalive at mass rates. Don't choose his way. Smoking Marlboros for them Cowboys back in what's his name? Not Dirty Dan. I forgot the old Cowboy's name and all that. Don't choose none of the oppressor ways. Go ahead.
Verse 32. For the fraud is abomination to the Most High.
Oh, you can drop that. That's it on there. Let's get 1 Corinthians 11:3 to rock. And Jarrell, let me get 1 Peter 3:7. This is for the sisters. And I tell sisters this, and this is actually one of my favorite precepts for the sisters. This is one of my favorite precepts for the sisters because sisters in the society we live in and women in the general in the society we live in think just because they're the woman, men have to accept that they are weaker. Yes, we have to understand you are weaker, but we don't have to accept the fact that you choose and want to be weaker. And why I say it is just because it's hard times, and funds is at the brink. You don't have enough funds to do certain things. Don't mean you have to be weak and go get an OnlyFans or lay up and give off your innocence and give anybody your blooming flower just to make ends meet. You don't have to be weak. But what you can do is make sure you tight with another sister or actual brother who don't want any foul thing out of you and have the gall to go to them and ask them for assistance. And if they want you to give up your morals and integrity, be a woman and a righteous sister to understand that you don't have to do that. Try the next person and the next person and the next person, or just be able to fail and know how to do it the better the next time. Go ahead, read that. I need 1 Corinthians.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man.
So understand that, but it is good to have a man above you. And when I say man, I'm saying righteous man, because I know a lot of women today, I be hearing it on these podcasts still saying, well, men ain't doing this. It's majority of men. I understand this, that, and the third man, this, that. But right now is this. If you could point the finger and say it's majority of men, this and that, that ain't this, understand it is, they are the problem, but you're the problem too. And why I say you're the problem too, if you can have the ability to say it's majority of the men, is because you choosing and allowing majority of the men. You can't say majority of the men if you're not involved in majority. You only can speak for the one or two that was good or the one or two that was bad. But if you got 4 of them and you say 3 of them ain't no good and only one that you never had is good, then you're the problem. You got to be able to minimize options. You got to be able to minimize your time, your opportunity with men. And again, it's good to have a man above you. Why? Because it takes the stress off of you. If he's above you, he needs to be able to do things in a way to where you don't even have to worry about it. You need to just worry about the slack that he ain't even able to get involved with right now. Whether it's calling Duke Power and paying the bill, and he's stressing about work, he's somewhere. Call Duke Energy, pay the power bill, deal with it. Let him just bring the money home. The kids acting up and they don't want to listen to them boys. Just, hey, I'm calling you. Hey, these niggas is showing their ass. Don't even worry about it. Let him deal with it. You just worry about the things that he can't get to and let him do his job. Because when you don't want to listen to him, now you got to find a babysitter. Now you got to depend on child support. Now you got to say, oh, all men ain't this because you involved with all men. Now you got to call Section 8 and for government assistance and this and that. Because you don't want a man above you. That's what she does. She doesn't want it. She wants money. But you want it, man. You just allow what the serpent tell you that you want. That's why you're in the church all the time. You don't need a man, but you listen to a man pastor. Let's be real.
Right.
Let's be real. You don't need a man, but you listen to a male pastor in them. Look at John Gray over there, Relentless Church, right here, literally about 5-10 miles away from us right now. Biggest church in South Carolina. He cheated on his wife. How many pastors would tell that woman to leave him if he cheated? All of them. Why is his wife still here? Why she ain't following the same law that he delivered to these women, and she ain't following the same thing she's hypocrite for one, and he has money, he has power. Simple. But the thing is, she stayed with him, which it was righteous that she stayed. But it's wicked the fact that he telling other women to leave their head. He dealing with all the stress of the congregation, lying, cheating, whatever. And all she got to do is sit over here, be pretty, and deal with it a little bit. But by us being poor, homeless, beat down to a pulp, you don't even want to stay up under the men who just going to deal with the stress of you, not worry about nothing. It's good to have authority. It's stressful to be authority. All men can't be leaders. Some are better being followers. Sometimes you might have to just take a man who's a follower, but he'll still be able to lead you. Keep going.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Keep going.
And the head of Christ is God.
There we go. So just take the position of just allowing that man to be authority. It's easy. Simple. Some things you might not like. Hell, we all work jobs. When they say come an hour early, leave, stay an hour late, we don't like it. But that's what we got to do. Why? Because we're in hell. We just can't up and say, nigga, I quit. Y'all crazy. So why do you? When a man say put clothes on your ass, why do you just jump up? When a man decides to go out here and have another woman, why do you just jump up and go? It's a standard to Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian men and women. We're divided when it comes to gender roles. Because if she was the same as you, why don't she hold the sperm? If you know all of this and you got all this wisdom, why don't you have the sperm? It's because the Lord understands you are unwise. If Eve had sperm, Eve would have had babies all out of here. Which she do. She does. I mean, technically she does. But if Eve was the housing of that sperm, she'll just have babies all out here. But men understand, I got to pull out. I can't get no hoe pregnant. But a bitch get pregnant by a hoe. Right or wrong?
Oh, God.
Sis, there's nothing wrong with having a man leading you as long as he's righteous. Don't look at righteousness out of Christianity. Don't look at righteousness out of because the nigga got dreadlocks and he's saying I Selassie and all this Rastafari garbage, and that's not righteous. That's stupidness. Because it's not that it has nothing to do with our nation. That has nothing to do with God. And those gods are no gods. Read that precept out of Peter's.
The book of 1 Peter, chapter 3, verse 7. Likewise, yea, husbands.
Now, this is where brothers got to understand. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Likewise, yea, husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge.
This first, hold on. You got 1 Peter 3 and 7?
Come on.
Also, that's still good. Dwell with them according to knowledge.
Giving honor unto the wife.
So dwell with them according to knowledge. You can't be a fool out here hitting the strip club all the time. Let me go back to Adrian Brogan. You can't be a fool out here hitting the strip club all the time. Throwing money at these women all the time, getting drunk and high with these women all the time, and thinking your Eve is going to be righteous. You can't. That woman that's in that club is a weaker vessel. And you got to be able to be strong for her, to make her stronger, have an understanding that she is a daughter of Zion. She doesn't have to do that. Keep reading.
Verse 7. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel.
And when you have these women in authority, understand they are the weaker vessel. They're going to throw temper tantrum. They're going to fuss. They're going to run their goddamn mouth to sun up to fucking dime. They're going to do this. They're going to complain. You're going to get told on Aki. If you get a rib in the school, or she know you in the school, she know it, she's going to fucking call and tell when you're smoking, when you're dealing with prostitutes, when you're beating her ass. She is going to tell you. That's her job, to be the weaker vessel. And when she's telling you, she's being stronger, because if she don't tell, she's going to be weak under you, and you're going to be weak because you're going to follow that. Read it again.
Verse 7. As unto the weaker vessel, and
TikTok. I love TikTok.
And as being peers together of the grace of life.
And understand that she is going to be the weaker vessel. And again, sis, by you being a weaker vessel, understand that you can be the weaker vessel, but don't accept it. Be strong. Be like Esther. Esther was in a whole nother nation around strangers that wasn't even her brothers and sisters, and found a way to destroy that nation and that king for the sake of the livelihood of her nation. Deborah was a prophetess, and no, sisters, you ain't no prophetess, come speak, because I know how you Christian women do. But Deborah was a prophetess. Ruth was righteous. It was so many. Sarah was righteous. Mary was righteous. Go ahead. Judith, all of them was righteous. Suzanne, she was righteous. And Suzanne is a heavy. It's read the book of Suzanne. Read. No. I ain't saying read it, but I'm saying for the sister, read about Suzanne, where those guys try to say she was being a whore and she slept around with them, and she was willing to go to being unalive to prove her innocent. And the Lord was with one of the brothers and said, we got to separate them and get the breakdown and figure out what's wrong. And come to find out, she was telling the goddamn truth. Read the precept from the top.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 7. Likewise, yea, husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife.
See, this is what you want to do, brother. Get with men that are wiser than you and better than you, because I'm with brothers right now as we speak that's better than me. And I just got done telling the Dom, I don't give a damn who you is. Even if you in the word as a brother, you better than me. It's because certain things, we all can't tolerate the same thing. We all got a stress level. Some people buckle, some people, they tighten up, but we all will fold a different way. And I pray no brother in here fold. So that's the reason why you got to get around men that's wiser and better than you, because they'll have an understanding on the spirit and the femininity behind a woman. That's why men should be in the household. Because when you have sons, you know, son, this is how you do, or you deal with your mother or your sister, this, that, and the third. So he'll know how to deal with women, because his wise father showed him how to be wise in this category of women. But when he ain't there, he whips women. He essays women. Excuse me. He catch DV charges with women because of how his mother dealt with him, and he think this is how you deal with women. So we got to respect the fact that these women are weaker vessels, and they say a lot of things where they really don't understand. But that's the time we show them, and we don't follow what she said or listen to what she said, because what she said is spewed out the mouth of the serpent, the man who gives her authority here on child support and abortion and XYZ. Go ahead.
Verse 7. All
right, drop that. Give me Ecclesiastes 24 and 25. This is the last one, right? Matter of fact, no. Job 39 and 17, and Derek, give me Ecclesiastes and Apocrypha 25 verse 24. All right, yeah. Well, give me that, and you get Derek, give me Job 39 and 17. 25 and 24. I need Job first though.
Like you said, Job, but
Job 39 and 17.
Khan on Khan. It's the book of Job 29, verse 17. It's the book of Job, chapter 29, verse 17. And I break the jaws of the wicked.
Job 39 and 17.
Oh, I thought you said 29.
No, 39. And I'm stuck between the northern talking fast and then southern slang.
It's the book of Job, chapter 39, verse 17. Because God,
read it loud and read it clear.
Because God hath deprived her.
Read it loud.
Because God hath deprived her.
I need that camp voice.
Because God hath deprived her of wisdom.
That's not your camp. No, I'm talking.
It's like I'm tired. I don't really got that.
Hey, come on, man. Come on.
Because God hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
See, and the Lord deprived her of wisdom. And that goes back to what I was saying. If she's so much wiser than you, the Lord would have gave her the things that you got. The ability to bear fruit, run a nation, fight harder. He deprived her of these certain things because it's not in her job to have wisdom on how to build a nation. It's her job to how to build that household. That's her job. That's why if you, sister, read Proverbs 31 all the way, if you don't have those qualities, you're not a Proverbs 31. You're the woman of, you have 5 husbands. That's the woman you are. What, that's Mary Magdalene? I think that's what it is. Yeah, you are her. And the Lord deprived women, not because the Lord hate women. You know, it's because there's a rank and order. That's why the Lord did not impart that particular wisdom for you. Read the second half after deprived.
Neither hath he imparted to her understanding.
And he didn't give you that understanding. That's why when in the precept it say, you know, woman be on Shema, women hush, ask your husband at home. He didn't give you that understanding because, again, if he gave you that understanding, Eve would have listened to the very man who destroyed her. Sisters today would not be listening to the very man that's destroying her. And just because a brother laid down with you, had a baby with you, and ran off, yeah, he had hand in that, but he didn't destroy you. He learned that way in the oppression that he's under. He's being oppressed also. So both of y'all separately have to look at the root of the problem. What's in the middle of us? The cause, what's going on in between us. Yeah, I opened my legs to you and you got me pregnant and ran off. But why did he run off? And why did you open your leg to somebody who you knew clearly was not going to be there for you? It's because the serpent that runs this world. Go ahead.
So like you said, go ahead.
Yeah.
What time she lifted up herself on high.
Mm-hmm.
She scorned the horse and his rider.
All right, yeah, so we good on there. Read them comments real quick for whoever in the chat.
Somebody named the real Stark said blood and crip is the same thing as Republic and a Democrat, red versus blue.
Damn right.
He also said, why don't you stand up and go against white America? White people invented games.
All right, so first I'm to address that first and foremost. Oh, what's his name?
The real Starks.
All right, the real Stark. Hey, what's going on? First and foremost, anything that's wicked and that's destroying our people, we go against. Somebody comment? Or he comment? Well, I'm gonna get to it in a minute. It don't matter if it's blood, crip, Democratic, Republic, Posit Kamatazi, Booglow Boys, any of these militias, even down to your own mother and father. If they are destroying the nation, we are against it all. Against drug dealers, drug lords, whores, wizards, warlocks, we against all of them. And if you haven't not seen the internet or have not ever seen the ISUPK, not these other Israelite groups, because we're not affiliated with anybody. This school is our own body, and this is the body. We go against all of them. We stand against all of them. We go to war against all of them. That's what we do. But what we don't do is pick up weapons and firearms and try to fight these people, because that's not the way it's going to happen. You see Bloods and Crips try to destroy each other for so long, and it never stops. Why would we pick up arms trying to go against the government when that's a lose-lose? They have a 400 year head start, and we don't even have a start yet. But how we do go against them is we get our brothers and sisters off of drugs, cigarettes, tobacco, and alcohol. We help depressed and brothers and sisters behind the wall. We do clothes and food drive. You know, we help out when it comes to bills, when they short on bills. We help brothers and sisters get their job. That's what we do. So those acts is how we go against that. And most important, we follow the Bible and the truth of the Bible. Hold on, he getting the comments right now.
It was one more comment by Cheyenne or Uber.
Yeah, they're my words.
Okay, she said, ask a general or a captain as well, not just your husband's sister.
Oh no, I just wanted to get the precept to match what you said about like us following the Bible and not just getting firearms against them.
Yeah. If you got it, hold it. And that's something else my rib said is heavy too. A lot of us, and sisters, this is something you got to realize. Where you got tyrants, pocket tyrants, men who just want to be authority and everything. If your rib come into the school or you try to come into school and she ain't even got somebody number is simple. I ain't gonna say it's simple like that, but just one number as far as General Hyman or just the camp leader over that zone, be wary. Be wary, because those type of men don't want you calling anybody. They want you to listen to them, even in their wrongs. Even in a unwise decision, they want you to listen to them when it could be straight effing stupid. Be weary of that. If look, my real Captain Ugarwa in Oklahoma, we stayed out there. Captain Nazar number here, now we here. General Hyman number. I mean, she probably got captains. I mean, she got so many brothers numbers. Nazar bar number. Brothers who outrank me. Why? It's because I allowed it and I accepted, and them brothers know that I said she could have it. Why? Is because those brothers might have an answer, might be in a better spirit than me at the time. I don't know it all. We all need some guidance. We just heard Captain Commander General Hanna said at Tennessee Cookout he wanted to give it up, but General Muhammad and General Mayak said, "No, you can't." And those brothers are under Commander General Hanna rank. And if it wasn't for them doing that, would the school still be here? So yes, my rib is 100% correct. Yeah, go to them captains in general, because they get captain in general for some goddamn reason.
Book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 4.
Right.
And it reads, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
And that goes back to Starks. The weapons of warfare aren't carnal. See, the serpent or the oppressor, the YT men think how you achieve things and how you overcome and how you gain and you conquer is you pull out everything for war. Pull out all the firearms, all manners of violence, all manners of hate, all manners of hell. You know what I'm saying? And you rain down on somebody. But the weapons of warfare are not carnal, meaning it's not physical. The oppressor think that's how you do it. Keep going.
But 2 Corinthians 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but might through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations, and every high thing that exalteth itself.
So how do you pull down the stronghold? How you cast down them nations?
Find the strong men in the house.
And that's very goddamn. Huh? Come on, give me two more. Just two more. Give me two more.
Casting down
I know. How do you cast down this nation? No, cast down this nation.
Being obedient to.
You got it. Go ahead.
Putting our God first.
There we have it. But even something so small that people don't understand it, because they'll say that, but how you can cast down a nation is stop smoking. Stop being in the alphabet community. Stop going to them churches. And watch how they bleed all the money out of those organizations. Then once they are not able to be above you because you took the spirit from America, now we have the ability to grow. Because our weapons aren't our weapons of warfare aren't carnal. We don't have to go out here and destroy them. If we just stop, not even all the cigarettes, if you just stop smoking Newports, you're gonna start seeing YT people jumping out the building head first. You stop doing Christmas 1 year, you're gonna see YT people jumping out of the building head first. Y'all know the story of Chris Benoit? After class, look up Chris Benoit, watch the documentary. They'll start acting like him and lead a dog behind him. That's how you put the stronghold of America. Finish reading the precept. Go ahead.
You finished with reading 2 Corinthians?
Yeah.
Count. Casting down imagination and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
And who exalt themselves against the knowledge of the Most High? Who
Esau.
think they just know it?
The eagle,
Esau.
Who's the eagle?
America.
Goddamn
Edomites,
right.
the white man.
Damn right.
Rockstar.
There we have it. There we fucking have it. There we have it. Keep reading.
And bringing into captivity
Mhm.
every thought to the obedience of Yahweh Shai.
All right, drop that. Let me get this last precept right here.
Count.
Let me get Ecclesiastes 25 and 24.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 24. And it reads, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
And that is the problem. Is because if Eve just done it, things might have just been a little better. She would still have her consequence. But then the Lord gave the man and said, don't do this. And guess what? He followed behind him. And to be a leader, to be up under Christ, to be up, be under the Lord, the wing of the Lord, you got to follow these things. And Adam didn't follow. What he did was, as soon as she stuck out where she stuck out, he grabbed it like a hoe. Simple. And that's how sin came into the world.
Right.
So to clear up this whole with this gender roles, hopefully that made it clear. I don't know how much more clear I could be, probably 30 more minutes. If I went on TikTok, I would have been saying a whole lot of stuff I shouldn't have been saying. But hopefully that could clear it up. Men need women, women need men. But we could never work together if we try to be like each other. Every company has a CEO. Every company has a director and a manager and regular worker, all the way down to cashier, janitor. Simple. We all got a role, man. But with that, we the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander General Yahama. We teach that Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian 12 law tribes according to the Bible. Damn, boy. Y'all out there? 12 law tribes. I know what it is. 12 law tribes according to the Bible. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Muslim, Mosque, or Christian organization whatsoever, man. We the home of the truth. We approve it all through biblical archaeology, historical proof, all of that, man. But what I will read these announcements real quick. Go ahead and close this out real quick. Just expanding real quick. All right. Somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Nuestra organización tuvo sus inicios en la intercesión de la calle 125 K. La Prema y Vendía en Halo Nueva York. Enseñamos en las comunidades negro, hispana y indígena que la estudian. El pueblo excluido de Dios es de sal los verdaderos judíos. But these are security announcement. We are the ISUPK, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for brother or sister. When a brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister had interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which a brother or sister will court each other. After 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, mean tenth in Hebrew, Ma'ashera, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocation. It is memorial, blowing of the trumpets, the first day of the 7th month, Friday, September 11, 2026. Leviticus 23:24-25. Reminder to Akim and Akwa to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and war scarf. Let me briefly, real quick, brothers, if you come in here, make sure you got all black boots, pants, headband, and war scarf. Do not let that be the reason why you can't come here and learn and serve the Lord, man. it's gonna be a time, and we all understand. But do not let what you got restrict you from coming in here learning what the hell and doing what the hell you're supposed to be doing for the Lord. Because at the end of the day, the Lord is looking at your heart and your mind. Where is that? He ain't looking at no goddamn your clothes. He don't give a damn about it. It's just putting you in the spirit of not worrying about how you look to come in and serve the Lord. Because how you look, it ain't serving the Lord. So we're gonna do one courtesy salute to the men. Men of Israel, Manim Shabbat, Amadu, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barak, Yad Matah. Class dismissed.